Is the microphone working all right?
Sounds good. So the first thing is, can you say and spell your first and your last name?
Toru Sato. Do I look at you or the camera?
You can look at me.
Okay. Right. Toru Sato, Toru. Last name is Sato.
Sounds good. My first question is, what is mindfulness?
What is mindfulness? It is, for me, it's this state of being present at this moment right here, right now.
Okay. What are some things that make us less mindful?
To make us less mindful, usually it is our thoughts. We start thinking of stuff that is about the future or the past. And by doing that, we move away from the present moment.
How does meditation help with mindfulness?
So mindfulness meditation is a specific kind of meditation method, and it is designed to try to help us come back to the present moment by using various different methods. Some of the most basic one that you probably heard of is just attending to your breath, paying attention to our breath.
And how does paying attention to your breath help you focus on being present in the moment?
So the breath is, so we're focusing on not about the thought of the breath, but the actual sensation, physical sensations that occur with the breath right now. So oftentimes I would encourage people to focus on either how their belly or chest expands and contracts as they breathe, and how it physically feels in the body, or the inside of our nose. When we breathe in, we can feel the air coming in right at that moment, the physical sensations. And then when we breathe out, we feel it coming out. And that's being present, the very sensations that we're having right now.
Okay. So you basically pretty much just answered it, but what are some quick meditations that we could do, or that a person could do to help them with being more mindful?
So, a simple one is just stopping whatever you're doing and then just taking a deep breath and then just feeling the air come in and out.
Does it have to be for a specific amount of time, or you could just do it maybe once or twice?
Usually, if you have time, doing it for like 45 minutes, an hour is great. But most people don't think they don't have time, that much time. So even if you do it for like 1 minute, makes a difference. Just three breaths. If you can just follow that, even just one, it brings you down to a different level of consciousness oftentimes.
Okay. And then do you think psychology, do you think technology has decreased mindfulness?
Decreased mindfulness in people? Probably, yeah. We become busier because of that. Our minds have become busier because of that, because we get distracted with so many thoughts that are coming into our phones and tablets.
Right.
And the information, we usually get taken over by the thoughts that come in from those messages we're getting on our phone. We forget to be mindful of, okay, this is just a thought. This is just a message here. I can still be here right now.
Like in class, and people text in class, and you're supposed to be present in the classroom learning and stuff, and then your phone goes off, and you're like, oh, well, let me go see what's going on, and your attention just goes a million different places. Because instead of just, I know for me, instead of just responding to the text, and I go and I get on Twitter, or I go get on Instagram, just because my phone is right here, and it creates a bigger distraction from just one thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my last question would be, do you think that older generations had more mindfulness because they had less distractions from technology, or do you think it just was different distractions and it just wasn't technology?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, on average, probably there's more room for distractions now in the modern world because of all this technology. we have so many opportunities to get distracted that
Right.
we didn't have before, because we're just constantly looking at our phones and things like that.
Do you feel like you fell into that distraction? Like, do you get on your phone sometimes and you just get lost? You're like, oh, I'm going to go and check my Facebook for 10 minutes, and then
Yeah.
you're there for 45 minutes, and you're like, whoa, how did this happen?
I've done that before. I mean, I don't do it on my phone, but on a computer I do it. So because I barely use my phone. But on a computer, I get sometimes, sucked in by the internet, for example.
Right.
And I click on links that I don't really need to look at, and so that happens, yeah, definitely.
Right.
And so I have to make a conscious effort not to, get sucked in too much by that, because a lot of the information I get from that is not really healthy and useful information for my well-being.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad that somebody knows how to differentiate between the two. Like, some information that you get on the internet is like, yeah, this is good, this is going to help me. And then other stuff is just like, oh, I could have skipped over this because it doesn't have any importance to you personally or what's going on in the world. It's just a bunch of, well, I would call it gossip and a bunch of nonsense that you don't need to really pay attention to.
Yeah.
All right, that was everything.
Okay.